What's up, guys? Frugal BC, and we are live with another show for you today. Hope everyone had a great Christmas out there. Hope you've enjoyed the holiday season. We haven't live streamed since our big Christmas live stream, which was very interesting for a number of reasons. So I was actually kind of surprised. We only had two guests out of the whole 3 hour stream, so I had to find ways to fill that time, which yeah, it was pretty wild. I haven't been in a position like that where I guess I invited quite a few people, and I'm surprised at how few people took up the offer, especially from the Algorand Foundation. I thought more of those folks would have been on. Um, it sounded like they were all working really, really hard before the Christmas break. So they really wanted to get a lot of stuff done, probably surrounding node rewards. But yeah, I mean, I guess at one point Fred Estante sounded like he was going to be able to come on, and then he couldn't. So I think what I'm going to do next time, because I kind of wanted to just, I kind of wanted to experiment with just sort of a free fall, a free for all, where people are just kind of coming in and out. And I still kind of want to do that, but I think next year I might build it around. Well, for one, I can do it on a different date because like this year I had to build it around my work schedule. So like that Friday is probably the earliest day I could have done it. And because of that, I think people are already kind of setting up for the holidays. Although I am surprised, like I maybe I should have made it more clear too. Hey, pop in for like 15 minutes, and I think people might have thought they were gonna be stuck there for an hour. So I probably should have worded that. But big shout out to C Will who came on the channel. It was great to have him there, and um, and also Feely from Realms. She's the Realms community person, and I'm a long fan of the channel. So good, it was good to have her on for a little bit to announce the winner, who has still not claimed. So I put one more post out there, Aurora C. If you see this, drop me your non-fungible domain or your wallet address so we can get your million Nico. But if I don't see it by the end of the day today, tomorrow morning, I drew a new winner, so the new winner will be announced Saturday morning. So I got to hear from you before then. That's another way. So channel members were eligible for the drawing, and I only drew. We had a couple new channel members since then, but I wanted to limit it to people who had already signed up. So that many people. And I'm going to get to the chat in a second, but I just kind of want to recap that a little bit. And yeah, I ended up going to my accountant on Friday, so I didn't do a live stream. Very interesting. I've planning for my delve into entrepreneurship. And December I just did my books. I just kind of closed out my books, and December was a record year for me. So, or a record, I'm sorry, record month for me, and such that it was more than enough that I could live on. So my plan is basically to spend 2 more months like working at the day job and building up some more reserve funds than I already have. I just want like a ton. I wanted like half a year just about. And so instead of investing, I'm going to be saving basically. And then, yep, I'm thinking about going to a twice a week live stream format and then kind of building around that. I have to do a little more planning around that, but let's see who's in the chat. We've got Drayman 3000 says, "What's up, Frugal? What's going on, buddy?" Top of the day says, "Poke Sean. Hope all is well. Thank you. Thank you. You, Poke Sean. Pure Pension.algo on X says hi. Well, thank you for hello to you as well. And Poke Sean says congrats. And I should make it clear too that a very small part of that income is coming from YouTube. I also have a local newsletter that I don't really talk about much because if you don't live in my area, I doubt it will interest you, but or anybody else in crypto land. I try to keep the two things separate, but that's making quite a bit more money than the YouTube channel. And I might explore some freelance opportunities to bring in a little extra cash in the early days. But yeah, it's leaving the day job feels good. It feels really good. 4 years ago, when I worked for my old boss, I probably would have been a little bit sad to leave, and I probably would have worked something out where I'd stay on part time or do more freelance for them. But since she left, it's kind of been downhill from there. So anyway, but enough about personal news. I just want to give you guys a little bit of an update. And like I said, let me know in the comments. You can let me know in the chat now, or if you're watching afterwards, let me know in the comments, what you think, what kind of schedule you'd like to see. If like 2 days a week live streaming would be fun. Maybe we'd do one where we kind of focus on Algorand, and then the second one we'd focus on other coins, or maybe I'll mix it up. I haven't decided yet. It's something I'm going to think about because I'll have a little more time and flexibility. So, yeah. Well, pretty interesting week. We'll get into the charts. In fact, let's do that now. So we'll start out with the Algorand chart, and yeah, well, that's a nice recovery in the last the last couple 3 days, couple 3 4 days. So that's fun to see because man, it was it was getting a little depressing, and we had to constantly remind ourselves in this range that this is like twice as much or more, even 3 times as much as we had like a couple months ago. So sometimes you got to give those yourself those little reminders. But yeah, Algorand pumping up nicely, back over 40 cents now for the last day or so. And that's made my tiny man pools a little bit nicer. So I did the first ever, by the way, guys, I did the first ever video exclusively for channel members in the 399 tier and up. So if you didn't catch that and you want to watch those videos, I do all my portfolio videos are going to be on that tier now. So I kind of gave them away for all the channel members for the first couple, just to kind of like give a sense of what people might like. And now it's on the higher tier. So if you're interested in that, check out that higher tier and the channel members. And well, welcome to our new channel members, by the way. I appreciate that. And while we're watching, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like and subscribe button, remember you don't have to smash it. You can just press it gently. And we're really close to 5,200, so I'd love to get there by the end of the stream. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do. We do the experiment. We try things out. And we just let you know, I try to be as intellectually honest about this as possible. And I just tell you what I do and what worked and what didn't work. And that's the reason why I settled on Algorand for the most part, is because it actually works. Imagine that. Let's acknowledge some chats. Cha Crypto says, awesome. Cool. Pokeshawn says 2 days a week, then a random day for memes. By the way, I should probably clarify that when I say that. What I mean by live streaming 2 days a week is there'd be videos on the non-live streaming days. So, and then some of those will be pre-recorded and some will just be like clips from the live stream. So that's all stuff I have to work out, and I hope I do that soon. He says 1 day for memes. Richard Harris says Algo and Mixdown sounds really good. Yeah, okay. Overfresh says Algo is the way. I agree. Grupo Trading says let's do a stream. Yeah, we'll look into that. Cha Crypto says, have you ever looked into P Gold? It's a digital commodity, 10 million fully circulating supply. Can you help us understand if this project is legit with regards to rug pulls? Oh, that might be something I'll put on my radar. I definitely can't talk about that right now, but we can look at it. Let's take a look. So here's P Gold right now, and yeah, once again, this is another one. I'm going to talk about this because there's a couple coins that are bucking the trend. So we're going to talk about that in a second. But this is the general trend I see with ASAs. This like sharp shoot, this sharp pump up, and then usually kind of a crash. This one's a little bit different. It's been more of a slow decline than a long one, than a sharp one. Usually there's like a sharp one, and then it kind of peters out a little bit. But yeah, up a little in the last 24 hours. Just under 1 million market cap. Um, and yeah, I think this is interesting. This might be along the lines of what you're talking about because there's almost 900,000 total value locked. So it looks like there's a lot locked, which makes me wonder about how much liquidity is moving around. But this is all just like first impressions, so don't take anything. Polka Gold is first of its kind commodity that seeks to leverage the combined synergies of the Polka Gold and Algorand community. 100% of the supply was released into LP from Genesis. Max supply, 10 million, all circulating. This means just like Satoshi had to mine his first Bitcoin, everyone had to buy their first P Gold. No handouts for the first. So I mean, that's good. That's good. So I mean, it's interesting to see the experiment here by what happens if you just release it all. Didn't Coop basically do that as well? Like he didn't keep anything for himself, as I recall, but I don't know a ton about it. I do want to talk about memes a little later, though. But let's just look at the tiny. Let's see what do people have to say. Everyday Algonaut is here. GM. Grupa says I'm still getting out at $2.40. Yeah, I mean that'd be pretty good profit for a lot of people. I think a lot of people are going to take profit on that. So let's take a look here. Yeah, so Tiny has been doing really well. Remember, I was always saying it was always in the 2.5 to 4 cents range. It's actually been above that right now, and my last rewards were quite good. I'm gonna have to claim some rewards today just so I can see what it is daily. Followed by chips and then Polka Gold. So Polka Gold, as far as TVL, is staying strong, and this is how this is. I think it's interesting that they rank them by TVL instead of market cap. But Tiny would be leading the way for a lot of these. Opulus obviously much higher, but TVL is dropping because I think a lot of Algorand people are starting to kind of go away from Opulus now that they left the Algorand ecosystem, or at least they're not actively developing on it. Let's see. So we talked about P Gold. Vestige is actually down on the 24-hour, but up on the week. And I do wish, I've said this like a million times, but I really wish you could see this price. I don't need the 1 hour. I mean, I can go look at the chart if I need the 1 hour. I'd rather have the 24-hour and the 7-day. I wish, I've been saying that for years and no one listens. And then Monko has really worked its way up. And we're going to talk about Monko later. And one other one, you can probably guess because they sponsor the channel, but we're going to talk about too. And I won't give away the thing, but I'm going to be buying some meme coins on today's stream as part of the thing. So we'll get to that. DeFi still up there. Votecoin, like I talked about, Opulus, which is actually up quite a bit. And so is Gora. Gora really had a pretty big spike, especially recently. That's very interesting. And then Akita Inu followed by that. In fact, it might be a good time. Let's see what we got in the chat. Grupo says, community GTC is half yours, but I always talk about Algo and HBAR. Flow is sleeper. I'm not sure why there isn't more talk about it. Is that one on here? Is that an ASA or is this another? Is that just another crypto? Anyway, so I want to get to this other. Speaking of meme coins, I think this is a good place to talk about this because I wrote this post because I kind of had a realization about meme coins. So let me find it and then I'll share it. Don't let me forget to share it. By the way, let's see, what are we doing here? Pretty good. By the way, we are live on YouTube and X and Kick. And I always go to Kick to double check things. Hey, I got 2 followers now. That's exciting. So I used to have 1, now I have 2 on Kick. Kick is really hard. I was just talking with my brother-in-law the other day how I think Twitter and Kick, they tend to like elevate the people who already have a huge audience. Whereas And so if you're smaller and just getting started out, it's really hard to grow an audience on those platforms. Whereas I think YouTube does a pretty good job even early on. I mean, they're not going to give you like an outsized amount, but they definitely do a good job of giving your videos a chance, I think. All right. Anyway, here's the thing I want to share. And then I promise I'll get back to chats. All right. So I wrote this last night after I had some realizations. I've seen some comments bashing meme coins that they don't serve a purpose. But I've talked about Munko and Marcus this week because I've realized something. I should have said realized. They're an important tool of ecosystem growth and they're fun. A good point made on the Algorand Foundation's podcast latest episode, and one of this meant I've been coming around to as well. Yeah, autocorrect on phones is bad. I might get excited about a Columbia City minting documents on Algorand, but I'm a weirdo. Memes are top of the funnel. Don't ignore it. And so this got a lot of attention. I've had a lot of posts. I had another post just asking about Munko's price because it's kind of wild. And I mean, it's gotten like almost 10,000 views. It's crazy. So I feel bad. Joyride said, "Wait, don't ignore. Is this not a test? I thought this was a test. I didn't say put your life savings into them." He said, "Sorry, Jaws joke missed the mark. It seems." Oh, I missed that one. I guess. All good, brother. So what he's saying, there's a joke because when Jaws launched his coin, he was telling people to ignore it, and of course, they did not. Jackson Knoll says 1,000% memes are for retail. Gov and enterprise applications are awesome. But as a retail holder, I can touch and feel and gamble on memes. Memes can bring in new retail and can work towards adding more network effects, which helps everyone, including every new Rug Ninja token burns algos in the initial LP. So that's a big part of it too. But I think the biggest part is that meme coins are how you generate excitement on a chain. So meme coins are how it's like I said, it's top of the funnel. It brings people in, it gets people excited. I think we had a lot of people come in when the whole PayPay thing dropped, and I was pretty critical of it. I'll be honest. I'm still like skeptical of meme coins to a certain degree, and I'll explain what I mean by that. But I actually think I've come around to appreciate meme coins because they generate excitement, they're fun, they get people talking about the coin, and people talking about the coin leads to the price going up. And that's just a fact. That's just a fact because you can see it in real time. So there was a while back where someone asked me about potentially launching my own meme coin, and or it was going to be a joke for their channel because they had joked a lot about making a meme coin, about making a cryptocurrency for. It was basically a guy and his wife, and he was going to name the cryptocurrency after his wife. Another podcast hasn't been active since September, so I'm kind of glad I didn't do that anyway. But so I asked around for some advice. I'm like, well, if you're going to start this thing, like, what are some best practices? And what I heard was kind of a surprise. No one really seemed to care about supply, like versus how much you should put in or how you should handle the liquidity. Although I've heard high liquidity is a good thing, and we'll talk about that because I want to talk about the Munko thing in a second. But what they told me was like you basically have to just constantly be talking about it, and when you stop talking about it, the price goes down, and when you're talking about it, the price goes up. So I assume that there's a lot in a much grander macro sense. I think that's what's going on in Algorand and other cryptos too, because I've long said that sentiment is. I think it's a driving force in a lot of things, just to be clear. But I think it's a real driving force in cryptocurrency. I think it's undeniable. So I think this is really important to think about. I just want to see, yeah, B Munko. You've been seeing B Munko everywhere. B, and there's a little Munko. There's all these memes. So memes are a big part of this. Look at all that. There's like tons of memes like this that you will see on X. It's wild. I thought this was a good comment. He said, "Meme coins are like spice in a bland stew. Add too much to ruin the dish. Stir wisely." Agreed. Yeah. And by the way, I still think that you should be careful of how much money you put in memes. Like limit your downside risk. So I'm gonna buy some memes today, and the point is, this is all money that if it goes away, I'm gonna be okay with it. I mean, not that you ever want to. Just look at the number of comments when I talk about these 2 meme coins. Here's a Marcus one. So there's been a lot of Marcus ones and a lot of Munkos. Like, there's tons of Munko ones like this, like they did the Algorand thing. Do you remember when Algorand did this? Um, I think it's cool. I think it's cool, but yeah, you can only really get away with that once, or just be one campaign really to do something like this, and then everyone goes, "Okay, we've seen that a million times. Doesn't mean anything anymore." Panda Gaming asking about price predictions. I've done those a million times, but I'll get to it in a minute. You bought sticking about meme coins. What should I buy? Oh, I'm definitely I am definitely not telling people to buy any meme coins. Pokeshawn says I've been scooping up Jaws this week. Big things coming. How you got impermanent losses if you're not farming? Did I miss something? I don't know what you're talking about there. You lost on what pair? I didn't mention impermanent losses. Was someone in the chat saying that? Yeah, I didn't say anything about impermanent losses. We can talk about that later. So I want to share this other hold on a second. I want to share this other post that I made to just kind of show the what kind of prompted this in the first place. Do, 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 do. Here it is. So this is wild to me. This is wild. This is what kind of prompted me to have this little epiphany. So what explains this? Why is Munko doing so much better than most ASAs? I would really like to know. And this is right after just a giant candle. This one has really bucked the trend of, pumping in the initial stages, then kind of crashing, and then kind of trickling off. M. Madden, I talk with this guy a lot. Says, I wonder if Munko is a foundation psyop type of Munko into gift search. There's so much content there. I think Munko is going much higher. Yeah, I don't know about a psyop. By the way, this post, yeah, like I said, almost 10,000, 9,100. It'll probably get there by the end of the day. It keeps. Let's see. So I thought this was pretty interesting. Mar says, because it has great liquidity and bigger market cap, it's easier to trust putting 20, 30K algo into something like that. Boy, I'm not putting that much in. Other people can. I would not put that much into a meme coin. Put memes out every day means dedicated crew and holders are keeping it alive. Yeah, so I think this is really key right here. This is why this happened in a lot of senses. I think they've got a team, and the team is like pumping out these gifs and memes and all that stuff. It says, remember, it's an attention market. If you stop drawing attention, it's done, which is what a lot of people told me when I asked for advice, which is kind of what I said. Yeah, kind of like, so Nate Silver has this phrase called always be blogging, and he attributes his Substack success in part to that because he's kept pretty consistent. And I think, yeah, same thing with YouTube, by the way. Consistency is huge. I have missed I think 2 total weeks since I started YouTubing where I didn't post anything. I had 1 week where I just, for whatever reason, I was burned out and I took a deliberate break. And then when I came back from Dubai, I was horribly sick and my voice was killed. It was just dead. It might even been a week and a half, 2 weeks. I think I tried to get back. So consistency is so important. It is on here too. So I was kind of wondering about Monko's starting conditions, and he didn't say anything. I understand his point. I understand his point. He says basically, if I put 50K algo into Monko at the moment, It will move the needle a little bit, but it will not be canalized instantly by jitters, which is another thing. That's interesting that we're seeing that from Monko. I put a few K algo last days in some of them and lost quite a chunk because it all gets just eaten and cheated by people who want to get out. But the number of people who want to get in is smaller and smaller since the narrative died. But that's not what's happening on Monko, he's saying. Meme game, attention grabbing. Yeah, I was a little frustrated by this conversation because I really did want to know, like, what are the starting conditions? Did it start the same as the others and it pumped up to that? Like, that's not apparent from what I've seen, and I don't know how to like dig that up. I tried to look on Rug Ninja; it doesn't like tell you that stuff. I wish it did. Let's see. There's a Big Lebowski one. I'll double click on that. By the way, if you notice, a lot of people are saying, like in podcasts and stuff, when they're having a conversation and they want to dive deeper into something, they'll say, "Let's double click on that." I have mixed feelings about that. I think it sounds kind of cool. It makes a lot of sense, but I don't know. Something about it kind of annoys me at the same time. Just B. Oh yeah, so B Munko. There's a lot of these B ones because B Munko get it. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, you just I mean that is at LaGuardia Airport. Look, I didn't even see this one. There's a little Munko meme. Huh. Wild. Don't know, just B. Yeah, some people said I'm overthinking it. Well, I'd like to learn things, so but look, they just go on and on and on. I mean, I just stopped I couldn't even like them all. I just got sick of liking. They just go on and on and on. Yeah, so I guess if you want attention, be Monko, huh? And yeah, my last post too, there was a lot of Marcus people too, but that's the whole thing. It's like you got to keep it going. Okay, let's see what people have to say. Chacho says impermanent losses from staking hurt. Will we ever recover from this impermanent losses? Yeah, we'll talk about. Oh, you missed. Okay, so you guys were having a conversation in the chat. I think you can recover, but it's going to be harder than a regular percentage down. I'll tell you what. I know this wasn't necessarily wasn't directed at me, but yeah, I have during my experiments, I did experience impermanent loss. So what can happen? So here's the thing. This is why I say when I stake, I talk about Algorand USDC because those are almost always going to be available to be in a pool and to earn rewards. As long as there's rewards, you'll be able to earn them from them. So you don't really get impermanent loss until you pull your pair out. Now, what happened with like Algo Stake, I got hosed on that one because the platform is shutting down. So I had to just take my losses and get out, before they got too bad. Because there was going to be no recovering. A coin like that isn't going to recover because it's based on the platform. And if the platform is shutting down, the whole reason for its existence goes away. So that's one thing to keep in mind when you do some of these memes. Everyday Algonaut says Monk is very dangerous. Check out the top 20 Monko accounts. Basically, none has the TVL and AMMs. When any of those decide, the Monko rug will rug to its 1% value, or am I missing something? So, okay. I have to make a very important distinction here. When I tell you that memes are important to an ecosystem, I am not telling you that you should necessarily invest in them. And in fact, I think I was pretty clear earlier on when I said when you do put money into these, treat it as fun money. Don't put like real money into these. When Mars said he was putting 30K algo into something or even 10K algo, that's pretty frightening to me. Now you might do well, but I treat these the stuff I'm buying today, I'm buying I don't care if it disappears. I mean, you never want money to disappear exactly, but I'm doing it for the stream and I'm doing it because I think they're kind of fun, but fun is the important aspect there. These are not serious investments for me. I'm not going to put anything on this chart. I'm glad you brought that up because I think it's important to talk about. Like nothing on here am I going to buy with a serious amount of money that I'm like worried about losing. Okay. You could have a really good exit, but there's a good chance you won't. So I want to be really, really clear about that. I think it's really important when I talk about these things is that these are for fun. Okay. So let's see. Grupo says there are influencers saying XRP going to 10K ridiculous. Yeah, I think that's pretty likely, pretty unlikely that that will happen. Taco says 26 watchers, 10 likes. Yeah, we got like 29 right now as I read this, but yeah, let's get those likes up. Give the channel a like. It's free and helps you out a lot. Appreciate that, Taco. Thanks so much. By the way, I visited his taco shop, which I was able to pay for my tacos with Taco Coin, which was on the Algorand blockchain, which was pretty cool. Bart Refin says, "Is there an official date for staking already? Wonder if I should go for governance or wait for staking." Actually, you will able to be this period. You will able to do both. I don't know if you knew that, but you can. Yeah, this was covered. We covered this earlier in the week, and it's now pretty solid that you'll actually be able to do both because the Algorand will never leave your wallet. Less clear if you can do liquid staking and node running at the same time. I think you cannot. I've heard some people claim that you can, and I won't know, but so that's the second half. The first has the official date. No, they don't have an official date. I believe it's in testnet right now, and they're trying to get it out as fast as possible. So that's why they don't have an official date because I think they're just going to launch it as soon as they can. Taco says he really likes the tokenomics of Mooj. Pokeshon says he made 40 plus algo on ATARD and 60 plus on stake. Yeah, by the way, ATARD refers to Algo Tardio. And I think this is pretty neat. Wait, what? Whoa. Wait, is this a brand new one? This isn't the same one. Oh, I see. Hold on. Okay, this was sometimes the default is set differently than I would expect it to be. So yeah, this is a really interesting artifact of Rug Ninja because this one launched on Rug Ninja. The founder of it tried to rug pull and he was able to do about this much damage from, and it's actually just hit an all-time high. Unless you count that I don't count these spike candles because they're so temporary. I mean, I know if you had a limit order set on it, but can you do that on here? Yeah, I've never looked into that. I don't think you can. I don't That'd be a really neat feature for Vestige to add. Actually down a little bit, but yeah, it looks like it just barely hit an all-time high recently. So basically this coin was able to, we joked that the guy that rug pulled was able to pull off like 12 dozens of dollars. He rug pulled dozens of dollars from the community. Meanwhile, still has a $250,000 market cap. And like I said, it's been growing it's got 11% up in the last day. So yeah, the guy who rugged really wasn't able to rug very much. I think that's fascinating. Yeah, Pokeshon says, LOL. Captain Bananas says, get into Willow, bro. Okay. Grupo says, I put a lot of money, but I had a very good entry. Well, you never know. I guess my point on these is you never know. So see, Paulington says, pull up Paul. I'm suspicious, Paulington. Is Paul your coin? All right, let's see it. This for sure is yours, isn't it? Here's what I'm talking about. There's that ASA boot with a little bump up, but now it's popping back up again. Interesting. And $65,000 market cap, 34,000 TVL. Interesting. That's fine. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna buy some Beam coins, and it's very important to point out that when I it's very important to point out that when I do this, I am not telling you to buy anything. And I'm also like putting a pretty small little amount of money into my Monko. So we're gonna buy some Monko. Um I thought I had more. Hold on. Can I switch it to USDC? Okay. All right, buying some Monko. I'm gonna buy $25 worth of Monko. So I'm in the Monko. I'm in the Monko tribe. It's probably gonna drop to, half as soon as I do this, but why not? Oh, I'm probably gonna have to. Oh, I hope it doesn't do that thing where I have to restart it. It does do that sometimes. Not lately though. It's been pretty good. Oh, dang it. I hate when it does that. Okay, hold on. All right, let's try this again. Oh, wait, now it wants to. Okay, I guess the swap actually worked. Sometimes when you buy them, it doesn't. Okay, so it goes through. I own $25 worth of Monko, and it's already going down. This is how it goes. Okay, so just like I said, this is not me telling you what to buy. This is, and like I said, when I buy this, it's just for fun. Okay, so if it goes to zero, it's fine. I can handle $25. Now I'm gonna buy another one, and that coin is Marcus. Now Marcus is a I partnered with Marcus because I think Marcus, the guy behind Marcus, is a really good dude. I think he's a pretty smart guy. I like his attitude, and I think it's a cool project. I'm a big fan of Roman culture and Marcus Aurelius, including that. And this character is Marcus Furelius. I don't know why it's doing it this way. That's weird. Okay, so go to USDC. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm going to buy $25 of Marcus. Marcus is a sponsor on the show, so just to be clear, and again, I am not telling you to buy Marcus. I want to be 100% clear. These are not endorsements. I mean, they sponsor the channel, and I'm happy to shout them out. And I think, like I said, I think sounds like they've got cool stuff planned, but I definitely never want to be in a position of telling people what meme coins to buy. But there, okay, I now own Marcus and Monko. Now I can make the memes and feel good about it. So there you go. Zen guy says have you talked about Dougley before? Had an interesting start and a strong recovery since. Yeah. So Dougley, isn't that's the one that was started by Dale, who's got the Algo God series, which by the way, that let's see, maybe if I get out of the way. I'm gonna get out of the way for a second. That NFT on the top looks like it's on my right. I don't know if it's on your right. The chessboard, that is a Dale what's his last name? That's his NFT that he made. I love it. It's really cool. So I had it made. I had a print made because I at first I asked him, I'm like, "Well, do you have a way to make prints?" And by the way, I think NFT artists, like especially the ones that make like really cool stuff like that, they should definitely have a printing service that they do because they could make that's another like revenue source. Yeah, I can pull it up. Why not? But Dale's been on the show. Oh yeah, it did recover nicely. Yeah, I heard he made some kind of mistake. I can't remember what it was exactly, but I think he did. In fact, hold on a second. In fact, Dale was here. Let's switch to here. Oh, boy, we're not going to get to the video today. um, yeah, so he's the creator of Algo Gods. This dude's taking over Douglas, so I can just make art. So much happier with this. Yeah, so this is Anthurium.algo. He says about 4 days ago, I think Dfart, Dale F Art, Dale Forward. Oh yeah, Dale Forward is his name. Yeah. Um, asked me to take the reins on Dougley. I originally got involved in the project when Dale announced it on AlgoCat Space. I could tell Dale just had no team or plan, so I offered to help with Telegram. Then Christmas happened. Shortly after, Dale asked me to take the lead so he could focus on art. I'll be on Barb Space tomorrow, talk about it, answer any questions. Dougley is doing fantastic on Rebound, and we have a lot planned for it. So, again, people have asked me about doing a coin. This is why I won't do one, because it's just crazy, right? It's just so much that can go wrong versus go right. And I just don't feel this is why I didn't do NFTs either. And I still, if I could partner with somebody that understood the space really well, maybe I would do NFTs. But I just don't want to like. There's just too much that can go wrong. It's not a good space to. You should have some good best practices, I think, in mind before you start something like this. Normally, I'm like kind of a jump in and figure it out. I mean, that's what I did with YouTube, but this can go very wrong is the problem. At the end of the day, I thought that Algo was a better space with Dougley on it. The more high quality memes we have like Munko, the more eyes we get on Algorand, and the better chance we all end up in a wonderful place. Sorry I didn't announce this more clearly. I have been head down busting my butt. There's another project that dropped tonight, Paul Sack. Yeah, I heard about that. I don't care to hear fodder opinions. It's a gold mine. Same thought process here. The better the memes on Algorand, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, that's the deal. There's Marcus saying great post. Yeah, that's the deal with Dougley. So it was started by Dale Forward. Like he was one of the early interviews on the channel. I interviewed him. He might have been like the first one. No, he wasn't the first one. But I reached out to him because I saw him drawing two-handed. I was like, that is wild, absolutely wild. And he doesn't. He's even drawn with his feet too, which is just crazy. So anyway, that's the story behind Dougley for those who want to know. Xavier Martin asked any news on staking. Welcome, Xavier, by the way. Yeah, so it's in testnet right now. By staking, I assume you mean node rewards, but I think a lot of the liquid ones are available. In fact, let me just give me a second here. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, you can do this right now. I mean, you can stake and get T algo and start earning. So you could liquid staking is available on Tinyman. I'm pretty sure the other ones have it. In fact, let me see. By the way, this is my huge pet peeve. I hate that they do this. Um, I don't like when they have a landing page and then they launch a separate thing with the dApp. But yeah, you can start this now. You can go stake your algo. You'll get X algo from them. So I think a lot of them are actually the liquid staking is open. You can do that right now, but a lot different with the actual running your node. It will be a little bit off. That'll be a little bit, yeah, but it's in testnet, so I think it's going to be probably early January. Your thoughts on vanilla governance or Xalgo liquid staking? It actually looks like, hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I just gotta log in. I can tell you for a second. Oh, weird. They don't actually say the. Well, just yeah, I'm surprised it doesn't say it, the APR anywhere here. I'd have to dig into it a little bit. I can't get to it right on first blush here, but I actually think vanilla governance might turn out to be a little bit better, and especially if you're going to do both. If you're gonna do, because you could actually run a node and do vanilla governance, but I don't think you can do vanilla governance and stake and I'm drawing a blank on this, and liquid staking, because liquid staking, you have to give them your algo and you get a derivative coin in return. Oh, Pokeshan says I'm about to send you some jaws. Is that gonna go to my asset inbox? Because I don't know that I ever opted into that one. Because I won some other coin the other day from Arcade, and I don't know where it is. Xavier says, I asked ChatGPT to take upon the role of Elon Musk and evaluate the blockchain. Which blockchain would be the best for X to choose? And it chose Algorand over XLM. Asked to compare Algorand to other top 20 blockchains. Jeffrey says, Koos was just streaming too. Apparently, he lost access to his X account. Yeah, I saw something about that. That's pretty disturbing. It's still picked Algorand, he says. It's quite strange that you convert algo in much worse ratio than 1-to-1 with xalgo. Yeah, that is kind of strange, actually. I don't know if that has to do with oh, I bet it's actually in my that's a good point. It's actually probably in my NFT vault. I'll take a look for it. I hope you didn't send too much in case it doesn't work. I sent you some Gary there as well if you can find it. Yeah. Well, I talked about Marcus, so maybe it's a good chance to talk about non-fungible domains. Hold on. Yeah, I had a video. We're not even going to get to it. I'll have to do that another day. It really did become the meme stream, because I still want to. There's an experiment I want to do. Let's see. Yeah, because I actually have a Mars. Well, here I can share it. I don't care. Let's see. Um. Oh, it's probably this. Apparently, I was sent some barb, some block. Oh, is this a? This is probably like a NFT, maybe. Some G bag, some RDWA, some A200, some barb, some peps. So I have 25 million. Is that what you sent? Is that weird? Should I not have said that? So yeah, I've had some of these in here. If I go to owned, there's my Marcus. Hey, where's my Munko? Didn't I just buy some Munko? Well, it's probably in my. Yeah, I have the. This is a cool book, by the way. You should get that. It's on Amazon. It's by 2 Algorand people. I got some Nico, got some Sus. Yeah, Gunny's dead. There's my Marvin. That was sent to me. Oh, there's my B cartel. I got one of those too. There's my algo gods. See, I told you I had one. Yeah, I've got a bunch of those. Okay. But anyway, the vault is, yeah, so I got a few things in the vault. Oh, hey, G-Bag. Okay, so you sent the G-Bag. Well, I appreciate it, Pokeshawn. I appreciate that. Yeah, I better collect my barb too, huh? I wonder what my account is then. Well, anyway, I appreciate that, guys. Yeah, so big shout out to non-fungible domains. It allows people to send you stuff like that. And you have your little vault, which is pretty cool. So people can send you stuff. And now apparently Para has an asset inbox. So you can get stuff there too, which is kind of cool. But yeah, they're one of my OG sponsors. They've been around for a really long time, which is it's really cool. Okay, well, I'm running out of time, so we need something really short. Actually, I know exactly what to talk about. Hold on one second. Oh, by the way, I figured out what the delay was. So when I did my live stream, I kept delaying, and I realized it's because I was relying on Bluetooth. Oh, let's see. All right, this is interesting.
200,000 over the next 12 months. And so there's no reason why this can't trade to 200,000 over the next 12 months.
200,000.
You don't have enough Bitcoin in the marketplace. So what happens?
This is the mooch, by the way, Anthony Scaramucci. And Anthony called a 30-cent top for Algorand this cycle. So I've been calling that the Scaramucci level, and we are well above the Scaramucci level, by the way. But
I need to own it. My board just told me I got to get a 1% position. Okay. What do I got to do? I got to go buy a 1% position. Buying it. And it's not, it's liquid. It's the deepest crypto market, but it's not super liquid. $10 billion will move that market. It just will.
What about other crypto assets? Do you dabble, or is it all Bitcoin?
I know what you think he's going to say. I don't think he's going to say what you think he's going to say.
For you?
No, it's mostly Bitcoin, but I own Solana. I own Avalanche. I own Polkadot. I do believe that there's a series of layer ones that are transactional tokens. They're utility tokens.
Such as?
And that I view those as digital software on the internet that you'll be using that application to transact with people.
Just say it, Anthony. Just say it. Come on. Say it. Come on, say it.
I see Bitcoin. Jack Mallers will get the Lightning Network right. Munir at Stacks will get things right. You'll do transactions to the extent you want with Bitcoin, but it'll be mostly for store of value. Those other ones.
Guys, I'm getting a little worried. There's less than 10 seconds left, and he didn't say Algorand.
I think you can put smart contracts on top of them and run them over their network. And Solana's fast and Solana's cheap. So that's my number one, Solana.
Y'all hearing this? You all hearing this? This guy wrote an entire book on Algorand, and he says Solana is his number one choice. I don't understand it. And I know, like, I went after him a little bit. I made fun. A lot of people made fun. He was supposed to speak at the Cypher in 2022, and I was trying to get an interview with him, and then things fell up, and then things fell apart with Sam Bankman-Fried, because Sam Bankman-Fried was going to be on the same panel, and so they all canceled. But man, that's just wild to me. Like, he mentioned everything but Algorand. So his tweet was like, I bet I could find it. Hold on. I'm gonna find it. This would be a good way to kind of cap things off here. They did retweets a lot. Here it is. It says, I don't really understand all this rhetoric and nonsense. I wrote a book about Algorand and I'm long-term bullish on the project, but not so long-term that not so bullish that you actually mentioned it. I do thousands of live interviews, and in one interview I failed to mention it. I know, but good God. Like, good God. You know, if someone were asking my favorite cryptos, like Algorand would be number one. It'd be the first thing I mentioned. I definitely would have said Solana. I mean, it isn't writing a book about and appeared in a commercial enough. No, no, that's why it's fun. I said, I mean, no one responded. Well, I got some likes, but I said, I mean, you mentioned all of its competitors, but not Algorand. Seemed a little like a slight. I personally don't really care that much, and I don't. Honestly, I don't really care what Anthony Scaramucci says, but I do think it's like pretty bizarre. It says, yeah, I don't really care, but I did think it was odd. And Kate said, I do agree with you. No need to make a drama where there's not. But this one is funny, though. No, I don't know. Running on now. I read a book for 5 million algo, not going to lie. El Guitardio. No, I disagree. I disagree. I think it's super bizarre, too. I think it's super bizarre when you've, like, built your identity around Algorand, and then you go on and you mention all the other coins and not Algorand. I mean, maybe it was just a mistake, but I after the last time when he called a 30-cent top for Algorand, you know, I don't know. I'm not super impressed by that. So that's just my thought. But Xavier says, I'm a bit confused. No disrespect on Bitcoin, but I have problems understanding why not. The best blockchain isn't the one with the highest market cap. Bitcoin is gold. Part is humbug to me. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Folks says, much love to everyone. Stay safe. Headed back to Bikini Bottom. All right. Thanks, folks, Sean, and appreciate you sending the assets. Folks, Sean says he's weird. Jeffrey said, wow. Yep. Yeah. Super, super bizarre. So anyway, you know, like I said, it kind of is what it is. It's just kind of fun to react to. And I think he's gotten a lot of love from the Algorand community, and I think saying, yeah, you know what, I should have mentioned it. Sorry, guys. That would have been a nice thing to say. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate everybody who has joined the stream today, both on X and Kick. And actually, you know what? And by the way, if you haven't subscribed already, we didn't get to 5,200. So I'd love that on YouTube. Appreciate the followers on Kick. And one of these days I'm gonna get a chat. I think I did get a chat once on Kick, actually. But yeah, thanks for everyone tuning in. Thanks for all the likes and everything, and I hope you all do well out there. Stay safe. Now remember, you know, we had fun. We had fun buying some memes today, but it's for fun. You know, don't. If I am gonna give you advice, it's to you know, don't put any money into memes that you're not willing to lose, basically. Hope everyone enjoyed that. Everyday Algonaut saying everybody smash the like button. I appreciate that. You can press it gently too, either way, whatever works for you guys. Take care, everybody. Hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you in the future.